We're back with Dailies today right here on 99.3 Nigerian 4. My name is Kofi Bartels, here in the company of...
my name is Jimi Disu.
I want to give you some little nice words. Mr. Disu, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, all right. We're set to do justice to the headlines as carefully curated by Mr. Jimi Disu. And we'll start with Vanguard. But please remember we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. So you can head there, watch the program, drop your comments, bash Jimi Disu, bash me. And all that, like you guys normally do. The Facebook page, Nigeria Space Info Space 99.3 on YouTube, search on Nigerian 4FM. Sir, let's start with the Vanguard, page 10. Lagos Assembly crisis still in focus. Lagos Assembly crisis drama as ex-clerk stopped from resuming office. And the writer to that as indigents warn against Miranda's removal.
Yeah, so this speaker thing is not going to vanish like that. He won't wake up in the one morning and discover that it's all gone and quiet. Indeed, every day comes with an unfolding drama. The Vanguard reports that there was a mild drama at the Lagos State House of Assembly yesterday when the suspended clerk, Olalekan Onofeko, planned to resume duty in his office but was turned back from gaining access. You remember that Onofeko was the clerk of the House before January 13 when he was removed along with Obasa. The embattled clerk, who allegedly came with his lawyer, 2 security personnel, and men said to be DSS, attempted to reclaim his seat as a clerk but was denied access. An eyewitness told Vanguard he, the suspended clerk, was politely told by the lawyer of the State Assembly to leave the complex peacefully as the matter is already in court. In a viral video, Onofeko was seen being booed, jeered, and chased away by staff who chanted unfavorable slogans at the assembly. This took place yesterday. Reacting to the development, the management of the assembly, in a statement by the chief security officer, Kushoro Idowu, condemned the development. The statement, titled Unauthorized Entry into the Lagos State House of Assembly Premises by a Suspended Clerk, reads, the Lagos State House of Assembly has condemned the unauthorized and forceful entry of suspended clerk Mr. Olalekan Onofeko into the assembly premises following the announcement of his suspension on the floor of the House by two-thirds of the House members. It was on record that he came in with unknown men. When things like this happen, say unknown men, probably know who they were anyway, and blocked the assembly gates with his car at approximately 9 a.m. That was yesterday, Wednesday. He later went to the clerk's office to break into the office. This act of defiance constitutes a clear disregard for legislative protocols and security regulations. The leadership of the House views this action as an affront to the integrity of the institution and will take all necessary steps to uphold discipline and order within its premises. Olalekan Onofeko has a suit filed against the Assembly, the acting clerk, and the state government, among others, in court. It should therefore focus on the legal process instead of disrupting activities in the Assembly. Hence, appropriate authorities have been duly informed and necessary measures are being taken to prevent any further breach of the Assembly's security and sanctity. Now, the paper reports that you recall that the National Industrial Court sitting in Lagos had sacked the acting clerk of the House, Otubaba today, who was appointed by Miranda. The court ordered the reinstatement of the former clerk of the House, Onofeko. Now, all this is going on because we have a speaker who was, for want of a better word, who majority of his members say they don't want. And stakeholders who believe that if it's not going to be him, at least it won't be the person who is accepted by the majority of the members of the House as recorded in the media. Very, very unfortunate, because who suffers in all this? It's you and I. it's you and I. Egos have come in. Rationale has been thrown to the wind in a lot of cases. Extreme politics of indigenship and non-indigenship and so on has also been introduced into the foray. And as we speak, in terms of legislative supervision and all kinds of things, the state is just on the drift. I just wish people would sacrifice their personal idiosyncrasies and allow reason prevail in this circumstance. The newspaper also reports that the indigenes won against Miranda's removal. We took that one yesterday. It's referring to the statement of the Renaissance Patriots Foundation, made up of indigenes of Lagos, who also have various concerns in the matter.
Okay, we still go. Uncle Jimi, are you not worried?
I knew you would ask me.
Yes, sir. Because this story is. Are you not worried that Nigerians are not worried that these legislators, both at the state and federal level, hardly ever have conflicts over matters of interest to the public, to the citizens they serve, to their constituents?
It's always personal.
So
it's always personal. But what I think that we had agreed that politics in Nigeria is about self-interest for you, your family, your associates, and your friends. Don't ever be deceived that is any other thing.
So I mean, shouldn't the constituents do something about it? Are they happy?
The constituents are also quietly part of the conspiracy. They are busy in the church and the mosque, going to the mountains, that hopefully a member of their family will join the fray. You see, we talk about poverty in this country. Poverty is not the lack of money. It's the lack of something sensible between your two ears. Okay. That's what we have. It's not lack of money.
Okay, I've been seeing the videos of Republican congressmen going back, they're on recess, to their constituencies and holding town hall. That's what they do on recess.
Yes.
And the backlash from their constituents, the Republicans, who are worried about the Trump actions, and they're having to explain.
Yes.
What are people doing? Because we are the ones who elect these people.
Who go to first of all, your honorable was elected by giving you money, so already he's your boss. And so when he's holding town hall meetings, it's to go and get your daily bread. That's what it is. You go ask, because in all honesty, if you have some of these people as your close friends and you listen to their rationale, it kind of, in quotes, makes sense. In the sense that these people spend a humongous amount of money, get to office, and another humongous amount of money keeping themselves there. 90% of those who are waiting to see an honorable are there also for their own personal selves. Oh, my child can go to school, and I need to do a surgery. I want to go to Mecca. Put my name in those going to Jerusalem. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I say that the poverty in the land is not lack of food or money. It's lack of that ingredient that God has called common sense, which has been wiped away from most of us. Like sheer laziness, religion. You understand? On a working day, at a time when people should be hustling, people are tuning in to listen to some funny guy in the social media who is making money off them. And people don't think, generally. No insult intended. We have to tell ourselves the truth. And people don't think. And they have fallen victim to the same things that were designed to keep them that way. You want to have an argument with somebody, they say, God will do it. God, I trust God. God will. Are you the only people on the planet? You get what I'm saying? So until we have a renaissance of our thought process, we'll always be where we are.
It all comes back down to the people.
Yes. If I've spent a humongous amount of my money, my savings, and from people I've gone to take loans from and so on and so forth, and I then get there, the first thing I want to do is recoup my money. And are people like Robin Hood politicians? He becomes the hero. He goes to the center. You say, we want to align ourselves with the center. He goes to the center. He steals money from the federal, steals money from other states' position, does a few things, plants his billboards all over the place. He becomes a hero.
We praise him.
You praise him.
Invite him for church fundraising.
Name it.
Give him a seat in the front. Anyway, so let's see what the Vanguard front page of the paper. APC NEC meeting, long-awaited APC NEC meeting. Buhari, Oshibajo, Amechi absent as Tinubu woos aggrieved members. Approves reconciliation committee relocation of Buhari House. Oh wow. Party applies for land from FCTA. I inherited. I'm thinking about Wiki. I inherited outstanding legal liabilities of over 8.9 billion naira. Ganduje, NEC overrules North Central Zone's national chairmanship slot to Northwest. Respect your status. You're just one person. APC fires El-Rufai. Explains absence of Buhari others. Sir.
Do you still have a party called APC? Or do you have a group of the president's men? Unfortunately, Ashuradu has shown that he's not really what you would call a party man. Okay? I think I have a strong suspicion that 70% of the efforts put into his becoming president were from his personal self and associates, and not necessarily for the party. So the question is, do you actually really and truly have a party called APC? Do you have party politics in this country? No. No. And that's why, having been in government for so long, yesterday was the first time they were going to have the APC NEC meeting. And some people said, oh, it was because of what El-Rufai said. I don't think so. I think it was scheduled for that time anyway. But the issues that were discussed, they have a reconciliation. They have so many people to reconcile. So many people, so many groups and interests. And that's simply because these groups, again, self-interest. Most people, they expect something. What's the name of that gentleman, Akpan Noje or something like that, who was very angry when Bua was appointed? I've forgotten his name. And ended up saying, no, I don't want anything, but I think it's an insult. How can it be an insult?
Is it a lawyer? Is it a lawyer? Okay. A human rights lawyer?
I think so. I don't know. Who is a human rights lawyer?
Human rights advocate.
Who is a human rights lawyer? Forget all these appendages.
Is it Nibe?
No, not in Nibe.
Oh.
No, not in Nibe. Okay, so they have the approved reconciliation committee. They apply for land. That is nice. So you chuckle. And they apply for land. Well, all you need to do is tell Wiki to give you wherever you want. So I think that there is they're trying hard now to start putting the party together because 2027 is around the corner. It was reported in some other publications that the president was given a clean bill of health and was given what do you call it now? A clean passage to 2027, but it's not here. It's not in this paper that I saw here. If you are interested in the party politics, you can go read these stories. But I want to quickly, because it's on the same page, Kofi, if you don't mind.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Quickly read this story that frightened me. 4 female students of the Joseph Samantaka University in Makurdi were on Tuesday abducted on the campus by armed men. And I'm wondering, how do you go kidnap 4 female students on the campus?
On campus?
On campus. You know, and this comes as the ASU of the university demanded the immediate release of the kidnapped students, blaming the development on the porous security architecture of the school. So parents cannot even let their children go to school and be comforted that they'll be secure.
On campus?
How do you kidnap for students on campus? The 4 victims are Emanuela, Fola, Susan and Ella, who reside on campus in Zamfara hostel. They were ambushed by 5 armed men around 8:30 p.m.
How?
While on their way to one of the lecture halls to read.
So what university is that again, please?
Makurdi. So the story is and ASU is demanding the immediate release from their kidnappers.
Okay, the judiciary page of the Punch has a story on IBB. Lawyers call for Babangida's prosecution over June 12 poll, and also we'll look at Dangote refinery's announcement after that.
Yes, I'm wondering if in the Western world, whether he said he's sorry or not, whether he keeps saying I'll take responsibility, whether he wouldn't be facing trial for some of the things that he's taking responsibility for. So we have some lawyers here who have aired their views. Let me take Debo Adeniran emphasized that the annulment of the judicial election was a grave injustice that undermined democracy and destabilized the nation. I quote him, "The reckless, illegal and unconstitutional annulment of the June 12 election remains one of the gravest injustices inflicted upon Nigerians." The story reports that there have been conflicting reactions to whether he should face trial or not. Olisa Agbakoba, who is known for being outspoken, for his outspoken for national issue, stated, "I'm frankly not interested in IBB and his book Apology. It won't change what Nigerians are going through today." Remember, that is the foundation of where we are now. Agbakoba's remarks point to the frustration of many Nigerians who feel that apologies and historical reflections do not fix the pressing challenges faced by the country today. Agbakoba says, "My policy is to always advise any president to make the best of his time in office, to do the best to develop the country." Michael Zekome queried if IBB's apology healed the wounds and bruised hearts of Nigerians. He described the missteps that happened in quick succession. Abiodun Olatunji's son said the roll call of former leaders who attended the launch of Babangida's book is quite revealing. According to him, beyond the presence of the incumbent president, all other attendees are individuals who, at one time or another, benefited from the supreme sacrifice made by the winner of the most peaceful, credible, free and fair presidential election. And there are so many other reactions here if you're inclined to want to. Personally, I believe that until we bring people to trial, bring them to justice, we'll continue to have things like this. But to the best of my knowledge, and I'm going to try and bring my good friend Candy Johnson, and that's because he's somebody I respect his views a lot. I don't know where in the law books you have apology accepted as punishment for crimes that have been committed. We will need to examine it, or I beg him to see if I can drag him down here. We'll need to examine that thoroughly. This idea of people coming after 4 years, you wreck a place, you come back to come and apologize and walk away with it. We need to look into this thing. If you do not have justice, you cannot have peace. If you do not, the only thing that can assuage the minds of many people who are affected by all this is bringing those responsible to book. QED. QED. It's like coming to an armed robber who cleared your house. Now he comes back later to say, "Hey, I'm sorry I cleared the house, Mr. Kofi. Please, I apologize."
Here's a book. Buy it. Here's a book. Buy it. I wrote a book to explain how to buy it.
Yeah, to explain how
after injury to me, I have to now give you money. You know. So, but I'm talking about bringing to book. Femi Falana SAN today in the papers or some of the headlines is taking IBB to court for arresting and detaining him.
We thank God for the likes of Ganifawa and me, Femi Falana, and people like that who, it's a big sacrifice to take on these things, and I salute his courage. It's a great sacrifice. I wish we had many more people like him. He has his faults, yes. Everybody has faults. I have mine, you have yours. But I salute him for the courage to do that. People, we don't understand that leaders must be challenged, not worshipped. Leaders must be challenged, not worshipped. And they are not any better than every other person.
I hope that the members of the Lagos State House of Assembly are listening. Anyway, I hope they are listening. Yes. You said it all, sir. He said it.
Yeah,
to quote you. Okay, let me not quote you. Dangote press statement, official statement on the reduction in ex-depot price of PMS by 6. I hope they are not denying it, though.
No, they are not denying it.
I want to go and fill my tank.
They are not denying it. Dangote, this is official statement here, and the official statement said that they are reducing the price of petrol from 890 to 825. Insignificant as it appears, it is also significant. Also for other reasons which I don't want to get involved in. But the Dangote, don't forget they could still be selling at 890 and raking in a lot of money. Nobody will hold them for it. So what they have done, that's why I said it's significant. And they say that the price adjustment is designed to provide essential relief to Nigerians in anticipation of the upcoming Ramadan season, while also supporting the president's economic recovery policy by alleviating the financial burden on the Nigerian population. Whatever it is, they have reduced the price by 65. Yes.
Okay. I don't know which businessman will want to incur loss because of Ramadan. That's when they even make more business.
The one way concern me be say.
Okay. All right.
They've put importers into a big problem now.
Oh.
Yes. But that's a story for
NMPCL.
I didn't say NMPC. I said importers.
Okay.
NMPC is not the only.
All right. Kudos to Dangote. I'll go fill my tank today and enjoy that. All right. Well, the story is still here. I think we've done that, so we can move on.
We've done that.
Yes,
we can move on. Yeah.
All right. News tidbits from today's Punch.
Yes, but before then, let me quickly take this.
Okay.
Because of time.
Editorial.
Yes, I'm sorry. Now, my favorite columnist in the Punch is Abimbola Adelakun, and she writes a piece on the IBB Presidential Library, and she says that IBB's Presidential Library should be painted red. Let me just read the introduction. After I've read, if you are interested, go find a copy of the Punch. And she said, I started reading of Babangida's recent memoirs, aiming to look for the moment in the narration that gives an inkling into his becoming a tyrant. Ultimately, it was the little details that gave him away as still Narcissus. One example was the image of his secondary school, government college Bida. So dilapidated was the entrance arc into the school that the photograph of it printed in the book could not capture the faded name. They had to superimpose the name of the school on the image with printed letters. I give this lady kudos. She keeps an eye on details. A whole IBB could not endow funds for his own secondary school to refurbish its crumbling glory and even maintain it in perpetuity. Yet, he will build a multi-billion naira presidential library named after himself. For a man who wrote in his book that he believed so much in Nigerian youth and the future they can build, he could not be bothered to make a symbolic gesture by investing in the education of children walking the same path he once did. Even in their old age, these selfish rulers are still vain and lack charity. This introduction is heavy. So go read the rest of the article, and don't miss the article every Thursday. I think what I will do, Kofi, I'm going to go look for her and bring her to the studio. I like to tap her brain. Okay. A very brilliant submission here. So the story is called, it's on the back page of the Punch. IBB's Presidential Library should be painted red.
Interesting. Okay, let's go to those news tidbits now from the Punch.
Reminds me of fella's name for IBB. He had a name for those initials. Yeah. If you don't want to know, call Kelvin. Kelvin will tell you.
Gida.
Okay, no, not that.
Yeah, I know.
Father seeks help after gives birth to triplets. Body of slain teenagers. I read this. The family of a 14-year-old Mubarak Sanyolu, who was allegedly killed by a stray bullet in 2021, have raised alarm over the mysterious disappearance of the corpse at the Lagos Mainland Hospital mortuary. The dead body is missing.
How does that happen?
Only in Nigeria. His dead body is missing. What else? Okay, the Benue University there story is there. Let's go to the Lagos State stories. Lagos State educates bricklayers and others on the building code. I found this quite interesting, and I'm glad the Lagos State government thought of this. To bridge the gap between the public and private sector work ethics, operational models, and leadership strategies, the Lagos State government has commenced an exchange program for civil servants with the private sector. They sell their civil servants to the private sector to go learn how things are done properly. So that's quite interesting. There's not much in the papers for today.
I think Love for All on YouTube is saying that he or she, it sounds like a she, thinks that the columnist lives abroad, the columnist you want. So this is more on the abduction for female overseas students.
Oh, we've done that. Yeah,
it's in the columnist lives abroad, the lady you want to bring. So
yes, we'll get on Zoom or something.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry suggesting the lawyer you're trying to remember is probably Jesu Tega or Nokposa.
Yes, that's
they are bashing him here on YouTube, saying he's
no, they shouldn't make him an issue, please. We must learn to respect people even if we don't disagree with them. I'm not part of that bashing. I don't believe
some of them feel Onakpasa, after taking on media personalities on TV, and should have gotten handsomely rewarded with an appointment and didn't get one. And
that's between him. That's between him and his people, and whatever arrangement he thought he had. He's not the only one. My younger brother is there, not giving an appointment or anything, but he's kept quiet. Yes, but I don't want to get involved in all these issues.
All right.
In reality, over who has gotten which reward or that reward. What is important for all you guys out there in the social media, abusing people and doing things on behalf of these people, is their children are getting on well. You are busy collecting 50,000 and abusing your father's mates. People who are fighting for your future, you keep going at them. How many of their children have you seen in the social media? They're busy playing polo. By now, some of them are on cruises. They're getting ready for summer. They come back home and do 30 December. You'll be at the car parks running and still tweeting and you go get something doing, my friends.
Okay. This one says, Bimbo Ola says leaders must be challenged objectively and not pull the leader down.
Well, if a leader is not doing the right thing, you pull him down. It must be established that we have a right to appoint or elect a leader, and we also have a right to do, if we see that he's not doing the right thing, we also have the right to see if we can get him off. It's our future. It's not his. People need to get that straight. Your leader is not doing you a favor at all. It's your future.
All right. Adewale says, I still wonder what is actually wrong with African youth mentality by still cheering on the oppressors while they don't get a better living standards and the oppressor's family are living up. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. See this, he hates him. You must know that, for example, I have a selfish interest in this country because it's my future and the future of my children and younger people like you guys. You must understand these things. It's not my job to be polite and nice to a leader. It's to get him to work. It's like you are in a vehicle. A driver, you boarded the vehicle, you are going to Benin, and you observe that the driver is using Google Maps that will take him to Benin Republic. You have the right, either you get down from the vehicle or you take the vehicle from the driver.
There's a comment here from Jimi Jam. Says IBB and contradictions. He claimed he didn't have a hand in Delegiwa's death because Delegiwa was his friend, but yet he...
No, we can't talk about it because that's an outright crime and murder, and there's no proof to that. So we really can't give an opinion on that on radio. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful with the things that we say. Okay, that was outright murder. It was gruesome. He was my friend, and a very painful thing for those of us in the media. But at the same time, no matter how much you feel, you are guided by the laws of the country. So in the case of an outright murder, I don't want to.
Well, he's saying
I don't want to.
He's saying that Maman Vatsa was IBB's friend, but he also.
But even then, these are not the things that we are talking about per se. You need to be careful. You really, really do need to be careful.
Okay, Uncle Jimmy, thank you very much for your time. You're back at... Okay, well, let me not... the morning crossfire continues. News and it is up next, and we'll talk some more. My name is Kofi Bartels. His name is Jimi. Good morning.
And the right conversation.
I heard the Minister for Information, and he was trying to rationalize why the NLC should not go on strike now.
So one of the challenges at Africa, there's a lot of poverty and there's a lot of illiteracy.
Let's talk on 99.3 Nigeria Info. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.